Amazing. Where's the guy that said he forgave? Oh, here. You forgave your father? Yes. He was at the men's meeting, so he went and forgave his father. He mentioned it this morning. So what happened?
Yeah, I went to my dad. And
you called the show about your mother, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was a funny story.
You know what? It was funny because the following day, I still had that kind of like, that like fear over me. But when I heard it, it kind of like made a mockery of, you know what I mean, of all that fear that I had of her, and I just was able to, let it go easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I went to my dad, it was pretty short. It was only like, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 minutes. But when I talked to him, I just said, yeah, Dad, I'm sorry. And he's all just, sorry for what? Like, so I just began to tell him, I said, yeah, Dad, I just felt like I never saw you as like the man of the house. And for all the big decisions, I would go to Mom. And like, I always wanted to do stuff like, like fellowship with you, or like go to like, I don't know, like a Bible study with you, or like see you as spiritual head. And I feel like a lot of the things that you did, you pushed me and my brother down. I was just telling him stuff like, do you remember like when we played catch? Like you would just throw the ball really hard, and I was like real little, and I would be able to get it, but then like I would throw it, and I remember I threw it so hard that he couldn't get to it, and it hit a like neighbor's car. And he got all mad and yelled at me, and like I just told him, like to mow the lawn. Like I remember one day I couldn't do that. I wasn't strong enough to push it all the way through, and you were like, oh, just never mind. And I just told him, like, I kind of internalized that, like I was never man enough for you, and he was just like, he didn't really understand that. He goes, well, I'm sorry, And then I just told him about, like, because I know that he had a messed up family. I know that his mom was, like, I know that he hated his mom. And so I just was bringing that up to him. I was all like, Dad, do you think that, like, it's funny now because I just always have those things playing over and over and over in my head of you, but you don't even know it now. You didn't even realize that. Yeah. Do you think it's something like because something that your mom did to you that you were doing that? And he just kind of looked at me and he was like, you know what? I think you're right. Because he was just saying that when he would come home, that his mom would lock him in the garage, and he would just be there. And because it's like what you said too. Like he came, he had a stepfather, and so the mom went after another man. Yeah. And so he always said he felt like the leftover, like you don't matter. And he said that his mom would tell him stuff like, you'll never amount to anything. You never, amazing. Right? And I just told him, like, Dad, don't you think that you internalize that and you just push it on us? And he's all like, man, he goes, yeah, I think that's what happened. And he goes, I'm sorry. He goes, this whole time I thought that we were doing you guys good by, letting you stay and whatever. But he was just saying, yeah, I can see that. And he started saying stuff too, we were giving you guys for a season, and then we're to give you up, like we're to be stewards over you, and then to give you up, to let you be. So I was like, yeah, Dad, well, if I didn't wake up, when would you have told me, that? When would you have said that? Like would I be, because I have, from my mom's side, an aunt who she's still living with her mom, and she's I don't even know, almost 50 now. I said, what if I was like that? And then he didn't say anything. I think it's because he started to realize, yeah. And I was just telling him, I was like, Dad, I always felt like staying here, I had that resentment building up. You said that when you were locked in the garage, that you had that resentment build up, and it was building and building and building. I said that was like the same thing with me, but I realized that it was a spiritual thing. I just felt, I always had a shame that I was still living with you guys. And he's like, no, that's fine. It's not. I said, no, Dad, I'm trying to tell you that shame's good. Yeah. That I wanted to leave, and it was a spiritual thing. It's like when you talk about the spiritual order, and it's like, yeah, in that in what it says in the Bible for the man to leave his parents, and that's what I felt was wrong, you know. But everyone around me was trying to tell me it's good, and it's not, you know. And so I just told him that, and he you know what, he just told me he accepted it so much. It was just crazy to see. I didn't like have to force anything. I was just telling him this, and he's like, yeah, you know what, you're right, that I have this friend at work that he's, you know, a Christian guy, and he said that he would always tell him, like, Sal, you need to go and forgive your mom. And he just said, yeah, he goes, for the longest time that he was telling me that, and now that you told me this, like, I can see it now. So he goes, you know what, yeah, I am going to go to her.
Amazing.
I'm gonna forgive her. And he goes, yeah, I'm gonna do it, you know, sometime in the near future. He goes, yeah. So, yeah,
That's
man, it was amazing.
The child become the parent become the child.
Yeah.
And so, did you see your mother yesterday or this morning?
Well, I saw her, but she couldn't even look me in the eye, man. She ever since then, she has not looked me in the eye.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You should say, look at me, Mom.
I know, right?
Yeah. That's amazing, man.
Yeah. And it was funny because, like, going to my dad, it was really easy, but in my head, I had it like opposite, you know.
Yeah.
But
Right.
but yeah, it was crazy, man, because I would always be closer to my mom or whatever, but now it feels like it's the reverse. Like, now I can
Yes.
go to my dad easy and talk to him. And it's funny because to him, he's just a man like, oh, well, no big deal, whatever, you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
going to him, like, and telling him, and he just told me, yeah, like, you know, I'm always here. You can always come to me and talk to me. But just because I wasn't saying anything, like, I don't know, he just took it like, oh, everything's fine. But, you know, when I came to him and told him these things, he just like I saw the cogs turning, you know.
That's amazing, man. You helped your father find his way back home.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that my mom would always like try to do stuff to kind of like manipulate him to like go to church and whatever, and or like have me. I remember being real little and asking him like, Dad, like do you want to go to Bible study with me? But I realize now it's because she had put me up to that, and
Yeah.
that's probably what turned him off. But yeah, it's just crazy to me that just to tell him and just be man to man with him that
Yeah.
he just saw that, you know, and there was no manipulation, no, it was just, you know, freely just telling him, and it
That's
clicked
amazing.
in him, yeah.
Well, God said that there will come a day when He will return the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children. That is happening now, like 90 going north. And so I'm glad you're there to deal with your mother too. You should move out soon because
Yeah.
she's going to figure out how to get you back in that world. She's going to bake cakes. She's going to lock you in the garage if that doesn't work.
Yeah, I have my weight set there, so.
Did you say your father's mother would lock him into the garage?
Yeah.
What do you mean lock him in the garage? Like lock him in there?
Yeah, like he would go to school, he would come back, and yeah, he wouldn't even be allowed to go into the house. And he told me, like, it was crazy because I would hear stories like kind of like from my mom, but that was the first time that he was telling me just stuff, and I can see, yeah, that he was like, you know, like kind of emotional about it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just
Wow.
crazy to see that because my dad is, you know, a man of few words and all that. But yeah, when he talked about his mom, he was just thinking about all this stuff because it got his memory jogging, you know.
Yeah.
About,
And now that he can see, he can never go back to sleep.
right.
He's going to grow from that. Even if he doesn't realize it, he will grow from that. That's amazing, man. I like the way Mexicans talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I worked with
How
the
you doing,
homeboys.
Jesse? Hola. I went down there to the job, and they were all there. I'm like, they talk like they're singing. I like that though, so I may start speaking that way. But that's good, man. That's amazing.
Yeah,
It really is. You're on your way now.
yeah.
And so don't be afraid with your mother. Just deal with her like a man. You're not her baby. You're not her child.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and she's not my God.
That's right. No woman is your God now.
Right.
That order is back. Amazing. That's a nice story. Don't forget to like, follow. I had to write this down. Like, follow, subscribe, share, ring the bell. Do all that good stuff, all right? And thank you for supporting us as well. Your donations, your tithes, and all that stuff. We absolutely appreciate it. We have the best counseling service on this side of heaven. The best. And I was told that we were booked up until September. Isn't that amazing? When I started Bond, I never imagined anything like that happening. But we're still trying to work it out so we can add a little more time. My schedule is so busy. But we have the best counseling service ever. Thank you for tuning in. If you want counseling, we can do it by Skype, FaceTime, by phone, or you can come in. Make an appointment and come in. All right? I do appreciate it. So thank you for your support. Don't forget to support us. And thank you all as well. I really appreciate this today. It was fun. Thank you.